Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we are looking at a matchup that, honestly, completely captures the sheer magic of international football. We're setting the stage for an unforgettable Group E clash at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It's a game that brought together one of the sport's most dominant, successful juggernauts and, well, one of the tournament's absolute greatest underdog stories. Okay, let's dive into this. How exactly does a 7-1 blowout become a historic triumph? It's kind of the core paradox of this fascinating match, right? Usually, when you see a scoreline with a 6-goal differential, you instantly think of complete devastation for the losing side. But as we're going to uncover today, this particular match resulted in something incredibly profound for both teams. It's literally a story of expectations, reality, and history being made all on the exact same pitch.
Section 1. Giants meet the Dreamers.
You know, to really get how this unfolded, you have to picture the massive scale of the event. Inside Houston Stadium, over 68,000 fans packed the stands to witness history. You can almost feel the immense pressure radiating through the stadium, right? For a tournament of this magnitude, the atmosphere was absolutely electric. Just a massive, massive spectacle.
And we are talking about the ultimate David versus Goliath dynamic here. On one side, you have the four-time world champions, Germany, totally eager to announce themselves as serious title contenders, and they brought a roster absolutely loaded with global stars. Guys you already know, like Kai Havertz, Jamal Musiala, Joshua Kimmich, Manuel Neuer, and Florian Wirtz. On the flip side, Curaçao, the smallest nation to ever qualify for a World Cup. Under their legendary coach Dick Advocat, they stepped onto that grass living a dream that very few thought was even possible, yet determined to make history no matter the final result.
Section 2. Germany sets the tempo.
So, the whistle blows, and what's wild is just how quickly Julian Nagelsmann's side asserted their dominance. Germany wasted absolutely no time imposing their will. Their passing was incredibly sharp, the movement was totally fluid, and the confidence was just obvious right from the very first touch. Curaçao had to spend most of those opening exchanges defending super deep, just trying desperately to stay organized against this highly unified, powerful German squad.
And you know, that intense pressure, it paid off almost instantly. Just 6 minutes into the match, we see this brilliant early combination. Felix Nemecha links up perfectly with Florian Wirtz before curling a beautiful effort right into the corner of the net to make it 1-0. Just like that. It was the perfect start for Germany, kind of giving the impression that it was going to be a very comfortable afternoon for the heavy favorites.
Section 3. Curaçao creates historic magic.
Yet football often delivers moments nobody expects. Let that sink in for a second. With Germany absolutely dominating possession and looking totally in control, you'd think the door was already shut. But guys, this is exactly why we watch the World Cup.
That unexpected magic actually arrived in the 21st minute. Levada Comencia relentlessly chases down a loose ball after a deflected attack. He fires a shot and somehow, no way, it finds its way past the legendary Manuel Neuer. The stadium literally erupted. The pure emotion in that celebration was palpable. Thousands of Curaçao supporters just went completely wild as their nation scored its first ever World Cup goal. For a brief, absolutely beautiful moment, the score was 1-1. The dream was incredibly, undeniably real.
Section 4. The relentless German machine.
But that dream definitely woke up a sleeping giant. Rather than panic, Germany responded like absolute champions. Nagelsmann's side turned the tempo all the way up and unleashed an absolute avalanche of goals. It was relentless. 38th minute, Nico Schlotterbeck powers a header in. Just before halftime, Kai Havertz slots a penalty. Right after the restart, 47th minute, a Musiala strike. 68th minute, Nathaniel Brown hits a stunning volley. And they still didn't stop, with substitute Dennis Undav joined the party in the 78th minute. Just a terrifying display of technical superiority and squad depth.
What you really need to take away here is how insanely clinical these individual moments of brilliance were. You see it in Musiala's devastating strike just 2 minutes into the second half. Joshua Kimmich delivers this perfectly weighted pass right into Musiala's path, and he controls it beautifully to dismantle the defense. And you definitely see it in Havertz confidently converting that penalty kick right before the halftime whistle. Every single attack looked dangerous, every single pass seemed to find its target.
As the second half wore on, the sheer gulf in quality became undeniable. Look, Curaçao kept fighting bravely, you absolutely have to give them that, but they were just up against the machine. Goalkeeper Eloy Room was left completely helpless against strikes like Brown's volley. Ultimately, it was a story of a super brave defense getting overwhelmed by a surgically precise German attack.
And to really put a final stamp on the match, right in the 88th minute, Havertz completes his brace.
He races right through the Curaçao defense and calmly lifts the ball over the goalkeeper. Boom! Germany's 7th goal of the evening. It was a finish that perfectly summarized their clinical, ruthless 90-minute performance.
Section 5. The true magic of football. 7-1. Wow. I mean, it is a bold, staggering number. This result sent a massive, crystal-clear message to the rest of the tournament. Germany's attack was clinical, their midfield was dominant, and their defense was composed. They left zero doubt that they are terrifying, serious contenders for the 2026 title.
And this brilliantly illustrates that exact point, glowing right there on the stadium scoreboard, 7-1. It's wild to look at. But remember that paradox we started with earlier? The actual story of this match was about so much more than just the goals on this board.
Here is what you really should take away from this explainer. Both teams achieved something profound out there. Germany? Well, they leave Houston with 3 points, enormous confidence, and serious momentum. But Curaçao? Despite a really heavy defeat, they leave with an unforgettable piece of history. Comanecia's goal ensured that the smallest nation's first World Cup appearance included a magical, unforgettable moment that their fans will absolutely never forget.
Which brings us to our final thought. This match was truly a celebration of football's ability to bring together giants and dreamers on the same stage. And that, right there, is why the FIFA World Cup remains the greatest tournament in football. It's the only place where a juggernaut's flawless execution and an underdog's historic dream can unfold in the exact same 90 minutes. So it leaves us wondering, what other impossible David versus Goliath moments is the 2026 World Cup hiding just around the corner? Thank you so much for joining me to explore this incredible piece of sports history. Keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.